You're well. So this short video is just explaining how to do your pitch presentation and some tips that are very important. So how do you access the instructions? Number one, you go to your portal, academia, your student portal, go to assignment, scroll all the way down to final presentation. So the final project business plan will be submitted as a PDF. So you'll download it from Canva and submit it here. The presentation, you can download it as a PDF or as a PPT, either way, and then you will upload it separately here, and under final presentation you will need it to present. So even if the deadline is at night, please make sure that you have it to present during class, but I just extended it to the night of the class so that if you need to fix anything and take your time to submit it, you can submit it. But please make sure you're ready to present during class on the last day of class or the class before if you're ready. Okay, so download attachment. We'll download it. It's going to open the instructions. Instructions are very simple. I give you an empty pitch deck link where you can open the tab and a new link. What you can do the same in Canva. What you can do here is file and make a copy. Okay. Once you make a copy, I just left it blank because what I want you to do is go into design, type pitch deck, and then find a style that you like. That's not premium, of course, but find a style that you like. It should not have a crown on it. For example, this one could be used. And then what you'll do is, once you choose one that you like, you can press it, say apply all 10 pages or apply all the pages, replace all the pages, and you will have a full pitch deck template. Okay, you can also do it this way if you have a specific topic like environmental or eco-friendly. You don't have to use a pitch deck template called pitch deck. You can also go into ones that are like very nice. I know there's one, for example, this one is more animated. This might be nice to engage the audience. This one is very nice. If you have an eco-friendly one, you can apply all 10 pages. This one is more animated, and you can just personalize it. So of course you would need to change the name of the slides into like the name of your business. Let's say Eco World. I don't know. I'm making up a name, you guys. Eco World pitch deck. So you wouldn't have to say pitch deck. Don't say the word pitch deck. Usually just put the name of your company, huge, and then you can put somewhere here. I would say a small pitch deck, or even that's a little big. You can just say pitch deck and then make it small. Usually we keep it at the top, okay, because it's not like we can keep it small at the top, okay, and we can keep it on every page even, or we can just do it this way. So you want it to be somewhere small. It doesn't really matter, you just want to make it look professional. Okay, so we can have it like that, and then you can have pitch deck at the bottom. Just make sure it's smaller because usually it's not a major title. We use the title in the logo of your business. Okay, so once you have that, you'll personalize all the slides, and it says what you need to do. It's a 5-minute pitch. You only want 1 to 2 people talking from your group, but you all need to come up to the to present, but only 1 to 2 will be speaking. But please make sure that all of you come, because if you don't, that individual student will not be graded because they did not show up. So please make sure that you do show up. Introduction, start with something like some interesting fact about the problem that you're solving, or a personal story. Why did you care about this topic in the first place? Right? Like, for example, I had a problem with this growing up, and so that sparked the idea to create Eco World, which does this, right? So that's how you can introduce your company. The problem. What's the problem you're solving? Very simply. Try to explain as if the person has no idea of your product. Remember, whenever you're presenting, don't think that everybody knows already what you're doing, right? Make it very clear terms. What problem are you solving? What's the solution? Show your prototype right there. If you that's a better way to show it, since you don't have the product yet. If you do have the product, show the product. But of course, if you're just making this business for the project and you don't have an actual business yet, show the prototype and say, this is our product. We do what you do. Explain what you do. Introduce your company name. We are blah blah Eco World. Show your logo and the slogan visually. and also show your prototype on that slide so you have some kind of visual representing your actual product. If you had a product, this would be your actual product visual. Then the next slide, you should show your competitors. We have these competitors, mainly these ones, and then you would say the names, and then you would go to the next slide, say, but why are we different? Why are you different than the competitors that you just introduced? Very simply, what are the main reasons? Again, this is a quick presentation to teach you how to articulate very quickly to investors, because most pitches are only 5 minutes. They rarely go to 10 minutes, and some pitches are even 3 minutes. So it's a very good skill, and please make sure that you practice being on time. Target market. Who is your target market? We serve, for example, you can say we serve eco-friendly users who are interested in sustainable fashion, okay? Or who are tired of the problem of wasting the environment, right? Just be clear, who are you trying to serve as a target market? And then this one is important. This one, what we have not looked at in class yet, which I want you to focus on, especially to do, is go-to-market plan. You just need to think of a go-to-market plan. It's a plan. It's like one slide that you explain how will you reach people. So what way, how do you expect, what do you do, what are you going to do when you launch your product? How are you going to reach people? Okay, so go-to-market plan means it's kind of like your strategy plan. What do you expect to do as a timeline? Okay, so for example, I'll give you example. Let's say I'm going to use, I exited it, so let me go here. I'm going to use here EcoWorld. So let's say my go-to-market plan, let's see if I can find a timeline one. Yeah, we could use this go-to-market plan. I could say our 2025, you could do it by year, 2025, 2026, 2027, or you could do it by month. Let's say today, this month is November, and then let's say December, January, and then February, March, April, May, June. Okay, so the go-to-market plan, it's different depending on how you want to form it. You can do it anyway. You can do it in terms of, I want to launch my product and it's not launched yet. So June might be the launch, okay? And then November and January would be like, gathering, maybe your company has to do something volunteer. I'm making up examples, right? So gathering volunteers on our platform, and then maybe for our platform, and making partnerships with local government, with local, let's say you could give example with Dubai municipality, okay, for example, because this is, let's say, about recycling, municipality. Okay, January would be, you want to aim for, what do you aim for by January? Let's say theoretically, partnered with 20 plus different, let's say, companies to turn them into zero waste environments. Okay, maybe that's your goal. Okay, so by November, what do you want to do? By January, what do you want to do? By June, launch full scale in other Emirates. Let's say that you're already in Dubai and you want to go to other Emirates. So that's what you do. That's if you are already launched. Let's say you're not launched yet. You could say what you're doing until then. Go to market plan. November maybe is just reaching out to partnerships. And then January, maybe you still want to be partnered, but you didn't launch yet. You're like, you have everything ready to launch. And then maybe June, you'll be like, launch across Dubai with our partners. So that wouldn't make sense that you'd already be changing stuff, right? So you wouldn't want to say they're already zero waste because you didn't launch yet, right? Partners. And then maybe you could even add another month whereby, okay, we're covering the person here. By June, July, August, September, let's say the September of, let's say this is November 2025, September 2026. Let's say 20 plus partners are zero waste. Okay, or 30 plus, maybe, because let's say throughout this time you're still partnering. You don't have to say every single thing happening, but you want a general idea to show investors what you're doing to actually get your product to the market. This is called a go to market plan. So you either put it first as a, like, you're already launched and what are you doing throughout the months as a timeline, or throughout years, you can choose. Or you're not launched and you're showing what you're doing until that launch. And then you could even put the impact you expect to have a couple months later, or a year later, or a couple years later. Okay? So a go to market plan is how will you reach the people? What are you doing to actually go to the market? What are you doing? So think as an actual business. What would you be doing? Who are you partnering with? People? Are you gathering people on your platform? Beta testing, meaning you're testing the idea, and then eventually you should launch, right? If you're already launched, what are you doing throughout those years? Be creative in what you think you should be doing in your business, and that is go to market plan. Call to investment. How much money? Okay, if I gave you, let's say theoretically I had money, you guys, 1 million dirham. If I gave you 1 million dirham, how would you accelerate your business growth? You need to identify the top 3 priorities. You need to choose as a group what 3 priorities would you use, what 3 priorities would you choose for your business, and I want you to specify why, right? So, like, for example, are you going to choose marketing? If it's marketing, who are you going to market to? I will ask you questions after, right? Like, who are you marketing to? Do you have a set budget, or not the set budget, that's the part of the budget, but I'm saying, like, be prepared to answer questions about this. Why did you choose these categories, and exactly what would you do? Be specific about examples in your own business. And the end, thank the judges for the time and the opportunity to introduce your amazing idea. So a good resource before you leave is this, 2 things. Number one, if you want to include, you can include an appendix where you include your financials. Usually we don't put the financials up straight right there on the pitch deck. Okay, the pitch deck, usually we can have an appendix where we put extra resources in case the judges or the investors ask you questions. You can show them stuff in the appendix that was not presented. So it's good to have this in the appendix. Your financials and your financial graph, net profit. Okay, and this is a pitch deck library. This Business Insider is a good resource for a lot of pitch decks. They have about 1,400 plus real examples of actual investor presentations that have raised actual money, and you can see them according to article. So I would choose a couple and, like, look at them and see how these companies actually made their pitch deck, because these are real pitch decks that made real money. Airbnb, product pitch, travel. Okay, this is really interesting. Let's look at an Airbnb one. If we go down, Airbnb was initially called Air Bed and Breakfast. That's him pitching the problem, the solution, even though this is very bland, according to my opinion, it's kind of bland. Okay, so you would want a little more, I don't know, it could be minimalistic. You would want to make sure at least it's engaging to the audience. If I were them, I would have made more color, something more interesting. Market adoption. This is, again, this is part of go to market example. It's showing that we already have people using us. So that's kind of showing they already went to the market, right? And that's an example. Let's see another one. So you can go through these and choose ones you are interested in. Choose areas that are similar to yours if you want to see. For example, let's say electric vehicles. I know a student is doing that. There's nothing. Let's say EV. Okay. Industry, mobility. I don't know if that will show up. What industries can we choose from? Let's see. Industry, advertising, no. Virtual reality, wow, there's a lot here. Travel, social impact, retail, real estate, transportation. Okay, خلينا نقول transportation. These are all different companies. Kareem, let's look at the Kareem pitch deck. This one is interesting. I didn't know this was available. So, wow, this is very old, March 2013. We'll take you places. Okay. The Kareem pitch deck was so old. You see, you guys, this seemed to be the Kareem logo. This is not the Kareem logo anymore. All of you know what Kareem looks like. This is so interesting. See, this is too much info. So please don't do this. Okay? So This is way too much info. And we don't really include an executive summary usually in the pitch deck. It's more like quick. Okay, this could be something you could read, but I don't recommend. This is not a good example. Although Kareem still succeeded, right? So it is also about the traction and everything. Again, a skill to have is to be brief and to not have overwhelming number of information. So they are a successful company. They have successful strategy, but again, you want to practice not putting this much information. So this is and again, this is very old anyway. It's 2013. We can see the the retro looking presentation. So you guys just look through all of these. Not all of them. I don't want you going through 1,400. Obviously, please don't do that. But go through some of them and really enjoy looking at them and see how you can make yours really stand out. Okay. Also, here you can get the template from here. You can find the template by searching pitch deck. There are already made pitch deck templates or the category, or you can also use this website Slides Carnival